hello everybody. Pastor John here, Pastor Zach, and our brand new discipleship pastor, Pastor Rebecca Mem. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. We've been expecting you. We're excited that you're here. But this is a chance for you who may not know Rebecca well to hear a little bit about her life and her story and her calling. And we wanted you to get a chance to meet her. And so we're going to kick this off right now with a question for you. I think everybody would be interested. I'm certainly interested in it. Tell us about your background. Tell us where you grew up. Tell us about your church background, your life background. Where are you from? And how did you get here?
Okay, well, geography-wise, large brush strokes. I grew up and was born and raised in western Pennsylvania. Then I moved to the New York City area for a number of years, came back to western Pennsylvania, moved to the D.C. metro area, moved back to western Pennsylvania, went to Vietnam, western Massachusetts, West Virginia, and now central Florida.
Yeah. You get to the western Pennsylvania quite often.
Yes, I called it home base.
Fine there. So in that time, at what point did you come to faith in Jesus Christ? I know you have a strong church background, but what was that like, coming to faith in Jesus Christ?
I really can't remember a time where I wasn't following Jesus, wasn't praying, wasn't praising, wasn't really in love with Jesus. I don't remember a time, but there have been large areas of growth throughout my life. When I started reading the Bible regularly, every day, systematically, my growth just grew. When I got to college, I went to a Christian college, Geneva, in western Pennsylvania, and learned about the whole Christian world of literature and music. I mean, before that, I had heard of Amy Grant, Michael W. Smith, and Carmen. I think those were the three. But beyond that, there's the hymnal, there's the songs you sing in church, but there's this whole world of Christian music and mission organizations and things like that. So I kind of grew what I call outward at that point of learning the vastness of it. And
your home church is somewhat similar to FPC Lakeland, right?
Yes.
So what was that like?
First Presbyterian Church in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Large church. It wasn't 1,000 members when I was there. I think it might be over 1,000 now. Very similar. They ended up had a blended service at one point. I think we just call it Ours the Vine, which is a little bit different, but similar. Similar.
Awesome.
So, Rebecca, I was talking with someone this week who is a regular visitor in this church and said to me, he said, I was so interested in hearing what Pastor Rebecca said when she first preached in this church, and he said the experience that she has in the streets of New York City, the Southeast Asia connection, the walking that unusual path that you did in Israel. Said I just can't wait for her to start telling all those stories. So can you tell us a little bit about your mission background?
Well, it started off locally with my home church doing things like Habitat for Humanity, and then going to New York City where I worked at a training and resource center there that assisted local urban churches and Christian organizations. So we would train groups and send them to a soup kitchen to work, and then send them to work with homeless or at the AIDS hospice to visit people. And so there was, vacation Bible school with puppets and clowns and mimes and things like that. So it was sort of an array. But then there was also missionaries who would come in, and you'd hear about that. It took me in different directions and in different countries, going to Russia, going to Southeast Asia. Spent a number of years in Southeast Asia doing mission work. I don't know. It's varied.
It's part of you.
It's part of me.
Yes. Well, and it's interesting because you have all of that. You're coming in with all that mission experience and love for the world of mission, but you're also coming into a particular role that is focused on discipleship.
Yes, and all of it is really just being the hands and feet and voice of Christ in this world in different contexts with different geography. Being faithful disciples in different contexts. So I don't see it as terribly different, but it is at the same time. So it's both.
So you're in this new role. I know when John and I first met you, when we started talking about this role as a discipleship pastor, you started to light up when you started talking about it.
Yes.
So I wonder if you just kind of share what is like really lighting you up about this new adventure. You're 2 weeks in, many more weeks to come, and months and years to come. What are you excited about in this role?
The vision of not just being disciples of Christ, but becoming disciple makers. We're not just recipients of the gospel, we're responsible for the gospel, and that's exciting. And seeing people grow in faith and getting those aha moments and then applying them in their life is just exciting.
Well, we are, just to reiterate what
yes.
Pastor John said, we're excited that you're here. Really glad that you're a part of FPC Lakeland now, moving from the getting colder every day West Virginia to the never cold Central Florida. But we're really glad that you're on the team and excited about that vision, that mission to make and mature disciples.
Absolutely.
And that's a reproducing mission as well, that others will be making disciples. We're really glad that you're here. And I just encourage everybody to ask Rebecca further questions. John and I just scratching the surface.
Just wanted to get a little bit of who is this person.
Yeah,
There's
so
a lot more to know.
Lots more to know, but we're really glad you're here. And we look forward, even ourselves, to getting to know you more in the days, weeks, months to come. Thank you for sitting with us.
Great to be here.